Many say that Tehelka dug its own grave that very day, exactly 1 week ago, last Thursday, when its founder and then Editor-in-Chief Tarun Tejpal stood accused of the very serious allegations of repeated sexual assaults against his female colleague, who decided to take him on in what has easily become the most talked about story on social media. If that wasn't outrageous enough, but then we saw the managing editor and leading feminist voice, Shoma Chaudhury, allegedly cover up the gravity of the alleged crime by allowing Tarun to get away by announcing his own 6-month recusal, which many have slammed as a 6-month holiday. But as the days followed and every little letter of this story played out almost live on social media, many argued in support of the institution itself and how it was an idea that was bigger than any individual. In an unexpected turn of events, however, at 6 a.m. this morning, Shoma Chaudhury, now ex-managing editor, sent her resignation to the management, saying she was no longer sure her staying would not damage the integrity of that very idea. Now, with the two people who shaped and steered the idea of Tehelka now not there, is there still an idea, we ask? Or is this the end of Tehelka? That's what we discuss on the social network today. You can tweet us live. Our Twitter handle on your screens. It's at TSN on NDTV. Let's quickly introduce our panelists for the day. We've got with us Vijay Simha, who is ex-executive editor of Tehelka.com. We've also got Manjula Lal, who is a former senior editor with Tehelka. And we've got Shivam, who is also one of the people who joined Tehelka and bought into the whole idea and the idealism of Tehelka, which is what many young people are finding has been sort of shattered a little bit in the last few days. All right, Vijay, I want to start with you first. First of all, did you expect Shoma to resign?
No, I didn't expect her to resign after 10 days. I thought there'll be a bit of a fight and there'll be some resistance. So this was a bit of a surprise to me today. Although I must say that my own understanding of Shoma and the way the organization was run, I didn't think it would last for long. You see, there is an entirely different skill set that you need as editor of Tehelka. And for that, you need to be properly trained, properly mentored. But this experience, I think, will train Shoma far more for the editor's post, should it come at some point later in her life. So, no, I didn't expect her to quit. But what I do think, however, is it's definitely not the end of Tehelka.
Okay, and I'm going to come back to that and ask you why in just a bit. Manjula, do you think Shoma did the right thing by resigning?
Well, I don't think she had any choice, because she has always worked all 12 years with Tarun Tejpal, and they have worked in tandem on professional matters, and without him I don't know exactly how she would be able to function. So she is not a person who has worked in other places or independently of him. So most of her career has been with him. So I don't think.
So you think this was
it was inevitable. Yeah.
All right. Shivam, it's really interesting because today when I was standing outside the Tehelka office, I got a chance to speak to many of the employees. Obviously, everybody was looking they pretty much had blank on their faces. Nobody knew where this was going. Everybody's scared. They're a little panicky. They're trying not to show it. They're trying to make sure that it looks like the show will go on. But one of them said to me that they feel that Shoma resigning was a bit of a letdown.
Well, fact of the matter is that Mr. Tejpal was always a hands-off editor. He would be away for weeks. He would be rarely in edit meetings, and Shoma was the one who was the de facto editor always, which is why I thought Tarun Tejpal resigning even for 6 months was a non-resignation, because it wasn't as if he was a de facto editor dealing with reporters on a day-to-day basis. That was Shoma, which is why this seems like a bigger blow to staffers, because they don't know who will run the show. For better or worse, she was the one running the show for some years after all the senior people had quit, one after the other. So for the last 2-3 years, she was Tehelka more than Tarun Tejpal.